Hi, this is a quick unboxing and overview of the new CM Storm Quick Fire XTi keyboard. This one is the Cherry MX Brown. Flipping it over, on the back you can see the general information about the keyboard. And after cracking it open, you'll find a nicely wrapped keyboard in this black material. Underneath that you've got a quick start guide. And you've also got a micro USB braided cable with gold plated ends, along with a large keycap puller, which makes it a lot more easier when you come to removing your spacebar and shift keys and so on. They've also provided a replacement function key with the Cooler Master logo on. And after picking up the keyboard and removing it from the nice packaging, you can feel the quality and solidness of the keyboard. It's got a nice heavy feel to it, good build quality. Spinning it around on the back, you can see it's got the Cooler Master logo in the middle, along with 3 channels for your cable to be run across, so you can have it off to the left, right or up out of the top. It's got the micro USB slot, and finally on the sides it's got the kick out feet. I'll be doing a quick demonstration of this keyboard and with it plugged into a computer towards the end of the video, along with some of the lighting functions demonstrated. Up on the top we've got the 4 profile keys along with the macro programming keys, both of which store data on the internal memory. There's also a Windows lock key, the mode key for changing the lighting options, and the blue and red lighting adjustment. Okay, I'll now do a quick demonstration of some of the modes and show you roughly how it looks in darker lighting connected up to a computer. Just bear in mind that not all the colours are going to come through that brilliantly through camera, unfortunately. The reds are going to be more orangey, so you just sort of have to imagine that the purples are more deeper and the reds are more full-on red, like the front of Knight Rider's car, for instance. So we'll start off. This is in mode 1 with blue lighting. The lighting at the minute's on the first setting. There's five different brightnesses per colour. That's one of the only downsides with this. It only has red and blue lighting, so it hasn't got the full RGB. So you can basically only get levels of blues, reds, and the mixture of the blue and reds for the purple, pink type shades. So holding down the function key, which I've changed now to a Cooler Master cap, which is provided with it. If you just hold that down and press the F1, which is blue, you'll have 5 stages of blue till it goes to the brightness, and then eventually it'll just turn back off. And then once you've added the blue, if you wanted to make it purple, you'd press the red key, which adds levels of red. The more red you press, the brighter it gets, and also the more purplier as well. And if you take away the blue, you're then just left with the reds, but like I say, this is going to show more orange on the camera. So that's mode 1. The second mode, I haven't made a note of all the modes, unfortunately, but this one I remember is called breathing, which basically it'll go dim and then it'll brighten up to the whatever colour you've set it to. I noticed that in the instructions it doesn't actually mention anything about pressing the red and blue key while you're in this function can actually give some good effects. So right now it's pulsing blue. If you press the colour keys, the more you press the blue, the longer it'll stay illuminated blue before it dims back down. And then if you start adding the red, it'll start doing different patterns of pulsing as well. So there you can see it's got purple in it as well. And then obviously if you take away all the blue, it'll pulsate with a red. So the next mode, which is this one, basically the keys that you press stay illuminated for, again this isn't in the instructions that I remember, but if you press the coloured keys, the different levels of brightness affect how bright they are, but also how long they stay illuminated after you've pressed them. So on the lowest brightness, they go off really quick, and then if you turn them up, they stay on a bit longer. And then obviously if you press the blue key, it'll add it adds a purple effect and it dims to red before totally going off. The next mode is basically doing a wave of colours going from the left across to the right. The same thing with this, pressing the colour keys will change the colour of that and the speed of it. So the more blue you add, the slower it goes. The less blue you add, the faster it goes. And then obviously you can add red to that. The more red and blue you add to it, the slower it will go across. And the next one, this one basically sends out a ripple across the left and right hand side of the keyboard. And again, pressing the blue and red keys will change the colour of that. The next mode, the key you press basically sends out diagonal, horizontal lines, vertical lines across the keyboard. And the very last mode, which I've just recently added in one of the new firmwares, is snake. And with this one basically, you control the snake, which is this red key, which will show up orangey, with the blue tail, and you just guide it around keyboard to collect the purple key, which is just here, and so on. Nice little extra. I'm sure that as time goes on they'll add more customization to the keyboard, more options for the lighting and so on. It'd be nice to get like a custom application where you could do your own, but I'll show you something else anyway which is fairly neat on this keyboard. I'll just go back to the original. It's got 4 programmable keys over here, P1 to 4, so you can save a profile for the keyboard. So your individual macros that you save as well can be saved to each profile. So for instance, that's the first one, and it's just got the wave on it, and I haven't set any macros on that. On the third one, I've set macros on this. This is all text document based macros and internet, and I've basically got all my alphabet keys lit up in blue, all the rest of them in red, and so on. And then I've got several macros that relate to quick saving documents and so on and so forth. So I chose these keys as I set up this profile, and I chose the macros. So it's up to you what colour, what pattern you want it in, but there's no pulsing or on-off flashing light programmable keys. It's just either set to a colour or off. And then I've got this one, which is excuse me, this is my gaming profile, which is set up for this is the one I've set up for Metal Gear Solid. So I've just got my movement keys, my space key, enter key, direction keys, and a couple of macros saved, but I haven't got the macros lit up. They're just off because, to be honest, I don't use them that much anyway. But that's about it for it really. There's a lot of extras on this keyboard compared to the last Quick Fire keyboard that I had. The only downside to this one compared to my other one is this one doesn't come with the wrist rest, so I definitely need to get myself a wrist rest for this, because my arm is bang on level with the desk, so I'm not coming down from above, so my wrist does need a little bit of a support there. So that's something I'll be adding to it. There's more colour options than any other keyboard that I've had recently, so that's a positive. But like I say, not having the green option there to mix in with them means that you haven't got the full colour spectrum. But if you're anything like me and you like the reds, the blues and the purples, you know, you can't really go wrong with this. It would have been nice if they'd have added a white option to it, but like I say, most people like it on a bit of colour or very dim. Anyway, you know, any particular colour will do, just so you can see them in a dark lit room like we're in at the minute. Other than that, really happy with the keyboard. It does what it says. This one is the Cherry MX brown switches, but they do the reds and the blues as far as I'm aware. That's it for now anyway, and please do drop your comments below, any questions you want answering. if you drop them below, I'll make sure I include them in my next video update. Okay, thanks for watching.